Thank you very much. First of all, really appreciate everybody being here today and taking the time to do it. Thank you to the speakers, the sponsors, to Pat, to my wife and daughter who helped, to the sales team, and all the people at Advisor Hub. Thank you very much for making this good. Now, we're going to give out some awards, and never having done this before, I think, three-ring circus, it's going to be a mess. I'm going to give them a little time to get up here with them. So I'll tell you one story. Somebody asked me, well, if you could give me one piece of advice, what would it be? And we spent sort of the day, listening to good pieces of advice, and I think if you wrote some stuff down, there was a lot to take with you. So rather than just give a straight answer, of course, I just told a little story. There was a consultant, and I'm a consultant, or let's make it a coach, that goes into an advisor's office. And he talks to the advisor, and he says, look, I'm going to increase your business. And the advisor's busy. He sees this every day. He's like, look, I don't have any time. He goes, no, I'll increase your business by 30%. He goes, how are you going to do that? He goes, I'm going to work with your socks. He goes, my socks? Yeah, I'm going to change your sock color. And he goes, get out of my office. He kicks the guy out. Before they close the door on him, the guy says, I work with Marvin McIntyre upstairs. Marvin's the biggest producer. And he goes, really? So anyway, the guy leaves. He calls up Marvin and says, Marvin, this guy came in and talked about it. He goes, yeah, this is crazy. It really works. I mean, I've been working with this guy for 6 months. It's unbelievable. My business is up 30%. So calls the guy back, and he says, hey, look, I talked to Marvin. He said, this is great. He goes, you'll work me. He goes, yeah, I'll work with you. But you got whatever I do, you can't fight me on it. I'm gonna talk about your socks. I'm gonna mail you some socks, and there'll be green socks, red socks. Sometimes I'm gonna ask you to wear 2-color socks. The guy goes, all right. And he says, so 7 o'clock in the morning, I want you to be in the office. I want to call you. I want to talk about the socks. I'm going to call you in the office at 7 o'clock at night, and I want to hear how the socks went. How'd your day go? Okay. Well, 3 months later, his business is up 25%. He may think it's the socks, but it's the fact that he's in the office at 7 in the morning and leaving at 7 at night. So work hard, all right? Put anything you take away from here that you apply to your practice and you work with is going to help you in the long run. We're a great business because that's a way that we can actually impact what we do every day. You can impact what you make. You can impact your client lives. So I personally appreciate everything you do. Now comes the mess of the awards. Who do we have?
Craig Findlay.
Oh, I like Craig. So the award, these are really nice, for the #1 RIA. I know he was here last night. We had him at the CEO event. Craig Findlay, the #1 overall RIA in the advisory office. Come on, Craig. No, there's cocktails. We got to get the cocktails.
Gabriel Clemens, RBC.
Ooh, this is another great award. Same attractive award. Gabrielle Clemens. This is being named the #1 woman advisor to watch at 2022.
Greg Boyle, Pound.
All right. So, the #1 overall advisor, Greg Boyle from Palace. Is Greg here? There he is. All right.
Okay, top overall growth, Stiefel.
If you can hear her, she can do my job. So this is top overall growth. Our list, what was so interesting about it, and I will take 2 seconds to tell you the way we put it together and why it's such a diverse list. There were 190 firms, actually more than that participated. But we didn't just do billions of dollars and so much production. We added a growth element, and we allowed it to compete with the assets, which is why an advisor who was growing her business and was at $200 million could compete with someone who had $40 billion. And no offense, that if you had $1 billion, you started with $100 million, 40 years ago, the market took care of a lot of the growth, right? So this let advisors who are doing their job growing their business really compete. And it also gave us a better, more diverse list. So I'm very proud of the way it came out. And I'm proud of Stiefel Nicholas, who had the most advisors to watch in the growth category. and our friend Alex David, CEO of Steeple Advi- All right.
Okay, top overall performance, Ameriprise.
So, the top overall performance by a firm, that was Steve, firm goes to Ameriprise Advisors. They're the most advisors on the list. They did a great job. We heard from some Ameriprise advisors today, so Ameriprise, thank you. They're heavy. So, we have to be out of here. That's the bad news. The good news is we have cocktails. So where we had lunch, we are having cocktails. I look forward to seeing everybody there. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate what you do every day for your clients and for our business. Thank you.